Say hello to Penny and Nurse Kavanagh coming at you again. This time it is Thursday, April 23rd, and it's so good to see you again. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I know Penny and I are, for sure. We are super excited for the class today, aren't we? Yeah, we're very much so. It's about being courageous. See my warrior shirt? Shout out to my sister who gave that to me one year for my birthday, I think. But how sweet. So I want to show you today. We're talking about the Rick theme, right? Being courageous. So today's all about being courageous with yoga. Okay, so the first one was respectful, then responsible, then intelligent, and now courageous. Last is kindness, which is next week. And then I thought I would do another class to kind of wrap up all the themes together. What do you think? Hopefully you're enjoying these. I wanted to say, if you have any suggestions or feedback, please leave them in the comments section, and I'll read them and take the advice. Okay. Also, if there's any certain poses that you want to learn or be added to any of the fun songs that we do, put that in the comments, or have maybe your parents write it in if that's something you want, or just email me. You know my email at school, right? kkavanagh@hopedaleschools.org. All right, so here we go. So let's be courageous. And I have to tell you, Mrs. Kavanagh is trying to be very courageous today because I have a fun song, but I feel super silly. And I'm just saying, well, I'm going to be courageous. What does courageous mean, by the way? It means being brave, right? Being brave and doing things that maybe we don't necessarily feel comfortable doing, but it's something that maybe is good to do, right? Kind of being courageous helps take you out of being worried about yourself and then think of others, being empathetic, right? And this is a good time to do those things because there are so many things that we could do to help others right now. And just caring for others in your own way and thinking about them is certainly a way to be empathetic and courageous. Now, yesterday was Earth Day. See that? And we are on the map way over here. That's the United States, and we're in Massachusetts. Guys, look at this whole big wide world we live in. Is that amazing? And the North Pole. I just wanted to share this with you because, like, I don't know, other things that I've gotten in the past, not sure why I wanted to get it, but I got it, and now I know why, because we're talking about Earth Day. This is also one of those stress balls. Okay, so we're not hurting the earth, by the way. We're just kind of giving a little love, a little squeeze. Remember this from last week, my little special box, the heart, right? We can squeeze it and just kind of helps kind of get any feelings of tension out of the way. So the earth ball can do that too. Mother Nature. So Earth Day is all about celebrating the planet that we live on. And I have to say, what a wonderful thing is that there have been reports that our air is getting cleaner because more people are staying home and not necessarily driving in cars as much, or planes, and whatever it is that can add to the air quality. We're doing less of to make it better. So we have a happy Earth for Earth Day this year, 2020. What else? Have you heard about in Venice, Italy? A beautiful place if you've ever been or have never been. That's the beauty of the internet, the World Wide Web, right? We get to see all these places that we've never been through our cameras, you know, our computers and our smartphones. They're now able to see through the water and see dolphins. And before that, it was so cloudy and dirty because of just using it. And it wasn't like we were trying to be bad to the water, but it's such a busy place that now that it's not so busy and people are staying home and doing the right thing, that they're seeing the beauty that Mother Nature provides to us. So thank you, Earth Day. Thank you to everybody who is doing their part and staying home and keeping our planet healthy and our people healthy and strong. All right, so being courageous. So that was for my box of tricks, and I just want to show you again. I'm going to open it in a little bit. So I've been doing a lot of review, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, because if you haven't watched maybe the other videos, what I'm doing is going to be quick. So it's just a real quick review. Remember this, right? How it's to be responsible. It's also to be courageous. It takes courage to go out and wear something like this, but it's a good courageous, a good way to be feeling brave, because you're doing something that's protecting you and others. So that to me is very courageous. Remember the breathing techniques? We got our trusty flower, whoops, and our candle here. Okay. So again, just a quick review, and I hope you're doing this at home with me, okay? So breathe the pretty smell of the flower in and then blow the candle out. Here we go. Nice and slow, right? No quick breaths. Nice, slow, deep breaths help relax ourselves, which is what yoga does for us too. Here we go. Remember this thing? All right, Hoberman sphere time. Let's take a big, deep breath in. Open up those lungs and take a breath out. Squeeze it all back together. Let's do it one more time. Breathing in and out. Taking a moment to be mindful about the shapes, right? And the pretty colors that we see. I had something else here to teach a breathing technique. Oh, it's in my trusty box. Okay, so this is really just a piece of like mesh fabric. And I used to teach this in my other class to my littles a long time ago, and maybe they remember. But this is just something to be fun with and take deep breaths. And the game is to try and not let it fall on the ground, right? So your idea is you want to keep blowing up in the air and not let it fall. So we'll see how long Mrs. Kavanagh can do this for. This is very easy, like sheer, stretchy stuff that you can get at any fabric store online, if this is something you want to try. If you don't have this, maybe find something like, I don't know, something that can be similar to this, that's very lightweight, like a feather, right? And here we go. Gosh, I almost think I want to do that little run. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to take some big deep breaths and try and keep this floating up in the air and not letting it drop. So hopefully at home you're breathing deeply with me, and if you have something fun like this, go grab it and we'll do it together. And you can always pause me too, okay? Breathing. Oh no. This is not easy. Whoa, oh, it got caught. So that's the idea, okay? Do it as long as you'd like. I just wanted to show you what I meant by that. So today, being courageous, we have some really fun activities and poses, and I have a great song for you, the Yogi Shake, and I have like a little game to play. So we're gonna have a good time, and of course, we're gonna end it with a nice story about being courageous, okay? So here we go. I think Penny is gonna go back to where she goes, right? Say bye. And she'll be back, trust me, okay? And we're gonna put this back. And I can't tell if you can see, but I have a polar bear visiting me today, too. So Penny wanted a little company, and she got it. Okay. So here we are. Being courageous. I have so much fun things to do. I'm trying to think of which one to do first. All right, so let's do this. What is this, by the way? It's something Mrs. Kavanagh bought online because I thought it was super fun. It's called Yogi Dice. All right, I think it was under $10. This is not something you have to buy. I'm just going to do this and you're gonna do the poses with me at home, right? I just thought it was really fun. All it is like rolling dice, and then whatever pose it comes up on is the one you do. All right, so come on, let's go give it a try. Hopefully you're at home doing this, and if you don't have a mat, just a towel or rug space, and make sure you have some space around you so you don't bump into anything or anyone that you live with. Okay, so hopefully you can see me. I think you can. I'm gonna shake it up. All right, so there's 3 dice, and then the 4th one is a guide. So it tells you, I have a star, and what a star is invent a new pose and add it to the sequence. Oh, really? I was not prepared for that. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I'm being courageous. Yes, I am. All right, so what do I have for my 3 dice? Oh my, this is very courageous. All right, I don't know if you can see these 3. Okay, one is she's kind of just sitting there meditating. Another one is reaching up to the sky, like on your tippies, if you want. And then the last one is a pose that I cannot do, but I will demonstrate as best as I can. And I know some of you who've done this before with me are definitely good at this. I think it's called King Bow, okay? I will not get to the full extent of this pose, but I will show you the modification. All right, so here we are. I'm gonna start with the standing one. So reaching up high. Remember mountain pose? So get in that mountain, get nice and strong in the feet, pressing down through the ground, arms active, legs strong. Maybe take a deep breath and roll your shoulders up. And as you breathe out, just let them slowly drop down. So you have some space for your neck. Okay, so here we are. So you're reaching up. This is the pose. You can also maybe triangle on your tippy toes. Good. Next pose, she is simply sitting in her crisscross applesauce. Looks like she has something on her head that she's balancing, but I don't have that, and that's okay. And all she's doing is simply sitting here, arms in this namaste mudra, and closing her eyes. And let's all do that. Let's take a deep breath. Super. Okay. Oh boy, last but not least, courageous Mrs. Kavanagh here. Okay, I'm gonna just, King Cobra. All right, so what you do is you get on your hands and your knees in like a plank pose. Hopefully you can see all of me. My son says I need GoPro, and I think it's like a video camera that all the YouTubers have. So my iPhone is what's taping us, and so I apologize if it's this far away, but maybe you can see my whole body if I'm doing this. So what is she doing? Okay, she's on her hands, and she's putting her head back and her toes, and she's trying to touch her toes to her head. That is tough. Okay. All right, let's do this one again. Maybe 1 or 2 more times. Okay, the plus sign. Okay. Oh, I already got the sitting meditating one, so I'm gonna do another one. Okay, cool. What does a plus sign mean? Plus sign, what do you mean? Do all 3 poses and get another turn. Well, that's if you're, okay, clearly this is a game to play with others. I'm just showing you the game. So I'm trying to hold this so that you can see them. No, not that one. So this person's touching their toes in wide-legged fold. That is Garudasana, eagle pose. And this looks like cow pose, like cat-cow. Okay, so let's go give it a try. Here we are. I'm gonna start with a standing pose and then work my way down to the ground. Okay, so Garudasana, eagle pose. So mountain, right? We always start with our mountain, get nice and strong in our feet, a little bend in the knees. You simply just want to kickstand, right? And cross your foot in front of the other. Now this is my right leg, so I'm going to take my right arm underneath my left and wrap my fingers on my hands. Now you can get really super into it if you can. And there's your eagle. This is called nesting your eagle. And some people even like bend all the way down. No thanks. Okay, so flap those eagle wings and legs and get ready for the other side. So mountain pose, we'll bend in the knees. Once again, kickstand, other leg, now I'm on my left side. So I'm going to cross my left arm underneath my right and make that little wrap. Now you don't have to go that far. Guess what? You can give yourself a hug. And by kickstanding, you can even nest your eagle this way. What's nice about this pose, even if you're just doing hugging yourself like this, see how my elbows and my shoulders are parallel? Try and do this. Try and kind of take your elbows and stick them out in front of you. See how I'm puffing up the back of my shoulder blades, and then bring them back. So this kind of movement feels a little funky. I'm gonna switch sides. Hugging myself on the other side, okay? Opening the back of the shoulders and then bringing it back. If you're standing here, you're nice strong in the belly, okay? Okay, there you go. Just a little something. Okay, next is cow pose. We know this one, right? So it's simply on your hands and knees, right? And you let those udders go down, maybe arching your back, looking up, and you say, moo. These are my udders. Moo. And then let's just do cat, just for a counter pose. And then meow. Kind of stretch out that back. Good job. Last one is my friend here. I believe this is all I can tell from the picture. So wide-legged, see, I'm not going that wide. You can go wider if you're flexible, go ahead. But the point is, have a little bend in the knees, right? Take a deep breath in, reach high, and as you breathe out, go ahead and try and touch those toes. You can bend the knees nice to reach the toes. You don't have to have straight legs. And this time I'm going to show you from the side because the idea is to hinge from the hips here, these hip joints, and not just curl your back. Try to keep your back straight. In yoga, we talk a lot about the spine and finding some space between each of those little vertebrae. And so by doing that, we find a nice seat here, a nice, strong, stable seat. Our belly, our core is nice and tight. Our spine is long. So let's breathe in. And as you bend, see if you can keep your spine straight and just reach forward, hinging at the hips. See that? You don't have to touch the toes. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, see if you can go any further now, maybe fold over. That's a nice stretch, right? Whole back of your leg, hamstrings, calf muscles. So if anybody has any back issues, stretching your back and strengthening your front helps with that. Okay, one more. I already got him in there. Oh, all right, I guess that one. What I did get a new, it's like an hourglass. Stay and breathe in each of the 3 poses. I think I can do that. Okay. So the point is I'm going to breathe a couple deep breaths in each pose. So what do I have? I have, that's upward facing dog, and we howl at the moon. Remember that one? Oh, tree. It's hard to see, I know. She's a tree though. And last, she's simply sitting with her arms over her head. Okay, so I'm gonna start in standing and then work my way down. And then we'll move on, okay? So I hope you guys are doing these poses with me at home. Otherwise, that's no fun. All right, tree pose. All right, mountain pose, remember this? Do mountains sway? Do they hunch? Do they kind of go on one leg? No, both feet nice and strong in the ground. Pretend the bottom of your feet is like roots all the way into the ground from a tree, right? So your legs is the trunk of the tree, and then your arms are maybe the branches, okay? So have a little bend in the knees, kind of shift your weight into one side because this is the standing leg. Again, kickstand is still a balance. See? Can you see Penny, or is my knee in the way? Okay. And if you're flexible, bring your foot up a little bit more. And just breathe. Good. Shake out that standing leg because it worked really hard for you. And now we're going to do the other side, right? Got to do it in yoga. Every side, always important. Let's find that balance, harmony in our body. All right, mountain pose, a little bend in those knees. Once again, kickstand. And by the way, you can do anything you want with your arms. You can simply keep them in this Namaste Mudra. You can open them up like branches of a tree. Maybe do another hand mudra up here. Keep breathing. Find your drishti, your gaze. Focus on something. Your belly is strong. Your other foot is not on your knee joint. You're just standing here and breathing. Super job. Okay, next is upward facing dog. Okay. Let's see if I can do it this way. So it's howling at the moon. So in yoga, we do the down dog, and when we do the chaturanga, dandasana, which all that really means is you're going through sun salutation. Okay, so I'm just getting right into the pose. So this is upward facing dog. So clearly you can't see my legs, I'm assuming. So I'm going to show you from the side. And if you want to figure out a way to get into it, just instead of just going like this, there's a way. Let's do fun things. So down dog, right? Come into a high plank. So plank pose, very strong. Come onto your knees. Again, you don't have to, but it's okay. All right, go ahead all the way down. And this is where upward facing dog comes. So you're gonna take your hands against the mat, let your feet press down into the ground, and certainly lift yourself up. And if you can, lift your knees up off the mat. You don't have to. And breathe. Okay, clearly I haven't done that. It's been busy over here, if you can believe it. All right, last pose of the Yogi Dice game. You know how we sit crisscross? Let's do the weird way. Other legs in front. Well, this kind of feels good on my hips. So before we get into that final pose, let's just do a couple pretzels. So breathing in, breathing out, twist. You saw last week, this is what we did in one of the songs. Breathing in and breathing out. Gentle twist. Breathing in, this is like the pose. And breathing out. Let's go and stretch out those hips a little bit. Kind of walk those hands forward. Ooh. Feeling the stretch, right? In your hips. Take your time. There's no wrong way to do this. Unless it hurts, then don't do it, okay? Be very gentle on your body, especially if you're new to yoga. All right, so that was kind of a fun game, I thought, that I wanted to share with you. Again, feel free to leave comments if there's things that you liked or didn't like, and maybe something that you wanted to check out another time. So I think it's time for music, because I've been talking a lot, and it's fun. It's called the Yogi Shake. Now again, I did say this, and I'll say it again. I'm being very courageous right now, and I'm going to shake my body, and I'm going to look silly, but guess what? That's okay, because I'm brave, and because I'm gonna have fun, and I want you guys to do this at home, because I think you'll have fun too. All right, so don't laugh at me. I mean, if you do, I won't know, so it doesn't really matter. I can laugh at myself, So if you laugh at me, it's okay because I'm laughing at myself. Here we go. Just getting the song ready. It's a high energy song, like 4.5 minutes. So if at any time you need to slow down, go right ahead. Just kind of march in place maybe, but don't just sit down. Gotta let your heart rate slow down slowly, okay? Here we go. Okay.
Shaking your body is healthy for you.
Yes.
Add some yoga, you'll never feel blue.
Dude, you've got to be kidding around. This is how we do it.
Total Yogi Shakedown.
All right, guys, you're just shaking your bodies. Gonna raise the roof. Do anything you want with your body. Just kind of keep moving it. Told you I feel silly. All right, well, have fun. We're gonna do a pose now.
Pick your yoga pose.
Picking dancer. Gotta do the other side, right?
Total Yogi Shake.
Here we go. Just shaking away. It's actually very good for your thymus gland. Helps boost your immunity. Get funky if you want. All right, kids. We're doing warrior poses since we're being courageous, right? This is warrior one. Nice bend in the knee. Other side. Okay. Here we go. You can just kind of sway. I think Penny needs to shake with me. Oh yeah. Shake it, girl. Warrior two. Okay. Let's reverse that. Guess what? Other side. So this foot goes out. Bend that knee. All right, get down. I have something else. I'm gonna shake my little visual aid that I made. I'm being very brave right now. Go ahead and shake. Have fun with it. Yoga pose, warrior three. It's like an airplane. I'm gonna show you from the side, other leg though. Here we go. A lot of shaking. Shake and bacon. All right, just like the mashed potato. Ask your parents. Keep breathing, right? In through the nose and out through the mouth. All right, this is dragon pose because we're doing very full warrior-like poses. How I'm doing is, just show you from the side. Lunging, but that knee is down and the arms rise. All right. Here we go. You can just jog in place. Maybe this. Get crazy with it. It's over. Guess what? That was the lion's breath. Now I'm going to be super courageous and teach you that lion's breath. Here it is. So you're going to sit I'm gonna do it far away so a little bit easier. So you're gonna sit on your knees in hero pose, hands on your knees, right? I'm out of breath. That was fun though. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and when you breathe out, you're gonna stick out your tongue, look up to the sky, and roar like a lion, because we are courageous warriors, okay? So here goes more bravery. All right, hands on the knees. Okay, take a deep breath in, and out like a lion. Oh, I'm gonna do it one more time. We do lion's breath if we're having a lot of angst or energy inside of us, whether it's happy or sad or whatever it is. It's a silly thing and it lets go of some energy. So here we go. Again, breathing in and out. There's my lion's breath. You're welcome. Okay, there's one more breath I want to do called the breath of joy. It's really fun. You can take up a little bit of space here. So what you do is you take 3 deep breaths in and then 1 out. So I'll show you. So breath in, breath in, breath in. And when you breathe out, you really sigh it out, okay? Now this time I'm gonna do it, breathing in 3 times through my nose and then out through my mouth for that last one. Okay. Okay. Ready? Let's do one more. That's breath of joy. All right. So I've moved around a lot. I'm feeling pretty warm. Now's a good time for a story, okay? Penny agrees. All right. Let's put you back over here with your Polly friend, Polly Bear. That was fun. Okay. Take a drink if you're hot or need a break. Pause it if you'd like. And I'm introducing a book called Good Morning Yoga. Now I understand it might not be morning when you watch this, but it's always a nice way to think about what we can do in the morning to set our day off right. And maybe even during the day if we need a little reset and we need to feel better. Okay? So good morning, friends. A Pose by Pose Wake Up Story. This is by Miriam Gates, illustrated by Sarah Jane Hinder. Kids are doing activities to help keep them calm and awake. All right, kids, I'm going to show you the pose while I read the other side, okay? As I breathe in and as I breathe out, my arms reach out to the sides, lift up to the sky, and then relax back down. My first breath is long and deep. So please do these poses while I'm reading the story, okay? Okay. As I breathe in and as I breathe out, I twist my whole body from side to side and swing my arms back and forth. I twist and turn to shake off sleep. Just at the beach, that looks fun. Okay, this is a volcano. All right, as I breathe in and as I breathe out, I lift up on my tippy toes and reach my fingers high. Today I'm a fiery volcano reaching high. That was one of the poses we did during the Yogi Dice game. All right, this one looks fun. All right. As I breathe in and as I breathe out, I bend my knees and sweep my arms back. A brave ski jumper ready to fly. Oh, the snowman's doing it too. Oh, lightning bolts. So a lightning bolt flashing across the sky. So as I breathe in and as I breathe out, with my knees bent, I glide my hands up high. Nice, that's chair pose. Oh, the little ducky. Okay, well, what do we got here? Looks like mountain pose. As I breathe in and as I breathe out, I press down through my feet and stretch my spine so it is long. I roll my shoulders back and press my palms together. Hey, today I'm also a mountain, quiet and still. This one's watching and the other ones are sleeping. We did that pose too today. Oh, looks like forward fold, right? So let's see if I can read this. A gentle stream flowing downhill. As I breathe in and as I breathe out, I round my back, bend my knees, and roll down to the ground. So, standing forward fold. Oh, look. Whee. It's amazing what you see when you're really looking at something and being mindful. I hadn't noticed that one before. All right. A playful dog stretching with skill. See that, doggy? Doing downward dog. As I breathe in and as I breathe out, I press my palms and feet into the earth and raise my hips up to the sky. Nice, look at that V shape. Downward dog. Ooh, today, look at that. I'm an explorer, calm and awake. So, as I breathe in and as I breathe out, on hands and knees, I bring my left hand forward and lift my right leg back and balance. Then I switch sides. Not sure that's something I've taught you yet. I'll show you quickly after the story. Ooh, bridge pose. Crossing bridges on the paths I take. So as I breathe in and as I breathe out, I roll onto my back and press my feet into the earth. Using my forearms for support, I lift my hips up high. She looks pretty peaceful to me. The ladybugs like her too. Ooh, cool. Sailing boats on the journeys I make. Boat pose with a partner. Or by yourself, see? So as I breathe in and as I breathe out, I sit up tall to lift my legs and arms off the ground with my knees straight or bent. So it looks like they're bending their knees. Calm and awake, I can do this, is all I need to say. A deep breath in, a long breath out. I am ready for the day. So as I breathe in and as I breathe out, I sit with my legs crossed. My spine grows taller, my shoulders roll back, and I rest my hands on my knees. Seems very nice and relaxing. There you go. That was the morning flow. So I'm going to take a moment and show you all the poses. Go ahead and pause this if you need to. There's little descriptions. These are all the poses that we read in the story. So the two poses that I believe we haven't done yet is bridge pose and the balancing table. So I'm going to real quickly show you how to do those. So let's first do the balancing table. So we know this one, tabletop pose, right? Because we do the cat-cows. But right now we're going to keep our spine nice and straight and strong. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking my right leg and I'm kicking it back. I don't think you can see my leg, but you get the drift. And, uh-oh, I don't have enough space, but my opposite arm is sticking up. So I'm going to do this from here. So, can you see that? My belly is strong. I'm going to put my head down so I don't hurt my neck. Balancing table. Let's do the other side, right? Stick that leg out. If you want, flex your foot, kind of like you're stamping the back of the room. I always do my leg first, make sure I'm steady and balanced, my belly is strong, and then I go ahead and reach my opposite arm out. Good, all right, bridge pose, one of my faves. Here we go. So on your back, right? Knees are bent, feet are flat. Go ahead and relax your head down. Take your palms and just press them against the mat or the floor. And simply, you just want to take your hips and draw them up like a drawbridge up to the sky. Okay, so you can use your hands to kind of ground down. Same with your feet. Press down with your feet, press down with your hands. Go ahead and lift your hips like a drawbridge. Right, so this is bridge pose. If you're flexible and you want to grab your hands underneath, kind of walk your shoulders a little bit further under, you go a little bit higher, and breathe. Some of my friends, and be very careful as you get up, like to do wheel, and I admire them 100%. But that one is kind of hard, but also you have to be super flexible, have experience doing it, and if it's the first time you're doing it, then you need a partner to kind of help. And what it is, instead of on your back, you're on your hands and your feet and doing like a half wheel. All right, so I think our class is good for now. Thank you so much for participating and having fun with me and being silly and brave. We are very courageous, aren't we, right now? Sometimes doing things that we don't want to do, but knowing it's the right thing to do. The other thing I want to say quickly is we are probably talking to our friends online a lot because that's just the way it is right now. Just because you don't see that person, they're behind like a screen, there's still somebody else on the other side who has feelings. And like before when we talked about being empathetic, I always want you to know that whatever you write and say online to your friends or to people, you're kind, right? You're acting Rick-like. You're being respectful of them and of yourself. You're being very responsible and saying only things that are appropriate and nice. You're of course being intelligent because you know better, right? Courageous because you always know that you need to do the right thing. Sometimes that's not easy. And being kind to others. So if you see something, it's okay to say something to an adult. And I just quickly wanted to put that in there before we end the class on being courageous. So nice work, everybody. I miss you all. We are doing this, okay? Let's have fun. Do your yoga, you're moving, get outside, walk, enjoy this beautiful spring weather, and I will see you again next week. Namaste.